Hello, people. Welcome back to the boardroom with your good old buddy George here once again to have a discussion about which realistic 2019 superhero show was better this year, The Boys or Watchmen. Now, before I dive into the discussion, first I want to give my thoughts on Watchmen, which recently just ended. And I gotta say, I highly recommend this show. This show was amazing, and I'm so fucking glad it was good. Because coming into this and hearing about this show coming, I was very skeptical. But this put away my skepticism. Because at first, always people in the internet have been talking about how they dream of there being a HBO like miniseries of Watchmen because the movie really people say really didn't do it justice. I like the movie, but yeah, it didn't do it too much justice because they changed a lot of things, and that Watchmen works better as a long miniseries because yeah, there's so much that the movie cut out with the backstory of Ozymandias, more dialogue scenes and shit like that. So, I thought this was when I heard the news that Watchmen was happening on HBO. I thought it was a dream come true until I heard it as like a show, and then that fucking fucked me up because I was like, because I thought they were gonna do Watchmen the book, but add more filler into it, and I'm like, I don't want that. But then when I came to realize that it's a sequel, I was like, okay, that could be interesting. And, if you saw my review of the first episode, I was a little still kind of skeptical of that. I was like, it really didn't hook me too much, but I was intrigued. But as the show went on, I really loved the themes of it, of race. Like, there's this one particular episode that dives into a character that was in the graphic novel that's a nobody character. It's just a little background character, but Hooded Justice. But they have a beautiful episode about his origin story. By the way, fuck, I always mean to do this in the beginning of the videos, but you should already know when you come into a boardroom video that there's gonna be motherfucking spoilers. Because they did such an interesting concept with this that I never seen in any other superhero thing. Hooded Justice is a black man, and he paints. You know how superheroes paint around their eyes, and that's just like a nothing thing. They just paint around their eyes to look cool. So, you don't have, skin tone coming like Batman and shit. Batman looked fucking goofy. You saw his skin popping, but they do such a great thing that I don't think I ever heard of where, that's a mask of its own because he has to paint that white to look like a white man. So, that was beautiful. And there's this episode with Dr. Manhattan I really liked. Even though there's been some controversy on the internet of how Dr. Manhattan look, and I kind of agree that he looks like, the fucking handsome Squidward that everyone's comparing to. And, he doesn't look as good as in the movie. I think he looks fine. It's just only when they make his pupils like a normal person that he looks goofy. I wish he just kept his pupils white the whole time, but I have mad respect that he's a brother now. I think that's cool. That's a cool concept. And yeah, the race theme that this tackles is probably the best, or just one of the best I've seen tackled in any media. Because, it wasn't too over the head, I feel, of Whitey being the enemy. And I know I complained in when I reviewed the first episode that I didn't like the callbacks and stuff. I felt like maybe they were relying too heavy on that. But that was a little dumb argument because they do a lot more in the show, and it's great because you got to tie this into the fucking book, and they do a great job tying it to the book with actually bringing characters that were in the book into the show and stuff like that. So, good job, Watchmen. Hoping there's a season 2. They have a podcast for the show where the creator is talking about the show, and he's saying that, yeah. I don't think he said, but yeah, there's gonna be a season 2, and I'm very interested in that because in the end, they leave it on a cliffhanger, which is gonna be interesting. Any problems I have with it? The dialogue I felt was a bit hokey sometimes, but it's a comic book, I feel like people are maybe talking a little too elaborately, more than a other person really would, but it's a comic book, so it all makes sense. And it's an over top type show, which I really like. And going back to episodes I liked, they did a whole episode on the Looking Glass character, and that was a great episode. I really loved that. They showed what the movie fucked up. Not really though. The movie did I liked what the movie did, where they scratched the giant squid idea, because in the comic book there's a giant squid that kills a bunch of people, and then in the show they show that. Besides in the movie where they have it be where Dr. Manhattan kills everyone. But I like it that they show that. I like the Looking Glass, his story. God, what's the fucking actor's name? God. Hopefully I remember to do an edit. He's a great guy. And cast is great. Regina King. I realized something about Regina King. She's kind of been like part of my childhood. Because I remember looking up this fact before that she is Huey and Riley in the Boondocks. So it's like, what the fuck? She's in this. She's a great actress. And in the show, it's all one of the big things is that she meets up with her granddad. So I was always hoping that she'd go, "Granddad," like Riley did. But nah, that's goofy. So highly recommend Watchmen. Go watch it. You'll not be disappointed. But now, we're on to the real discussion on which was better, The Boys or Watchmen. And I've been giving some thought to this, for the video. And it's so fucking hard. Because these things are just on par with each other, I recommend both these shits. So, but, for the sake of the video, which one was better? And I gotta say, I think I like The Boys more. Now, I should probably done a little more prepping for this video where I should have rewatched The Boys, but from what I recall, I think I enjoyed my time with The Boys more because I feel like The Boys was funnier. And I think I like the theme of The Boys a bit more than with Watchmen, with the big enemy, because even though I said I like the themes of race and Watchmen, I'm not too big on this big 2019 thing on hating on Whitey. Because in Watchmen, the big enemy is white people. This racist group called Cyclops. But even though they're not really the true enemies, because it's revealed that there's this Vietnamese Lady True, who's actually kind of pulling the strings of them. But I feel in The Boys, they deal with, like the Lady True aspect a bit better in The Boys, because I feel that the true enemy is these fucking rich fucks and the corporations. And yeah, like I said, Watchmen, they say that too, but in The Boys, they dive heavier into that because they show that the fucking corporations are pulling the strings of creating enemies, so that we feel that the corporations are needed to save our lives because, we got these enemies out there. So we need the corporations to save us. And I like the action scenes, I feel, more in The Boys. But even though I kind of feel both these shows are kind of slacking. But I feel The Boys had better action, better cool like effects. I feel, and the comedy. I think I already said that, but yeah, this is way funnier written. Like I said, the Watchmen can get a little heavy-handed sometimes, but there was a little comic relief, especially with this one character I really liked, Red Scare. But they didn't show him too much, so maybe they can show him more. And with Watchmen, the show, this is kind of like a personal gripe of mine, but I really didn't care. I didn't want to say like, but care too much for, because Rorschach's one of my favorite characters, and that his inspiration of his journal from the book inspires this racist group, the Cyclops group, that they become the Rorschach organization. But I feel if I was a creator of this, that the Rorschach organization should be like all inclusive. Why is it just white people? Because I feel like every race of people will be pissed the fuck off about hearing the truth about that a fucking white dude caused 3 million people to die, created this fucking giant squid out of nowhere, creating this lie in order to create peace among the world. I am not a big fan that it was just a KKK. I feel like more people would have been inspired about. I feel like more people have been pissed off about that. But I feel like the show still tackled it well. And I think I like more with The Boys. The casting, I say. Even though, see, I feel like I'm shitting on The Watchmen, because it had a great, amazing, cast, side cast and stuff, but with The Boys, I feel like even the little tiny characters, they were funnier and had more to do than the side cast of Watchmen, because it's more character driven in Watchmen. Like, you have whole episodes where it's just about one character and stuff, Even though there is a main character of Watchmen, which is Regina King's character, it does focus more. It has more individual parts, which I like. But in The Boys, it's about the boys. It's about the whole journey of Carl. Fucking A. I'm bad with names. I'm sorry. Carl. I know his name's Carl. Carl Urban. His character, the butcher. He just doesn't have a whole episode just to himself. Or the character Huey, he just doesn't have a whole character to himself. Each episode has all those guys together, at least. So, yeah. But still, I highly recommend both these shows. I think these are the best shows this year. And I'm excited because, I gotta be honest, I'm one of those guys that never really stuck with a show. Or when a show gets big, I'm a bandwagoner. I don't have any badge of honor where I can brag about, oh, I stuck with this good show the whole time. Like, I was a fan the whole time. So hopefully these shows don't disappoint me in the future where I do drop ship. Because the only show I can think where I done that was with The Walking Dead. I jumped ship on that shit. Even though I didn't watch it in the beginning. I watched in the first season, but I wasn't there in the beginning. I wasn't there on fucking day one of when they showed that shit on Halloween. But this, I'm here on day one, and I'm hoping I can stick through this show because it's great, And with the Watchmen show, I'm excited what they do with it. Same with The Boys. And The Boys, I'm so happy they dropped a trailer so recently, which I thought we had to wait till like summer of 2020 to see some footage, but no, the new season of The Boys looks good, so it's a good day to be alive, people. Don't kill yourself. Watch The Boys, watch Watchmen, have a fucking purpose in life. You know what I'm saying? Have something to look forward to. Put the fucking news down. Put down the pills. Take out the gun out of your mouth. This thing's worth living for, people. And it's this show. And these shows. I won't disappoint you. So, if you've seen the shows, what do y'all think? Did you like Watchmen? Did you like The Boys? Which one do you think is better? Am I wrong? Am I a fucking dumb idiot? Justify yourself. Just don't be saying that you're a dumb idiot, George. Fucking give a reason. Drop a paragraph or two. I may read. I don't know. Because no one fucking drops comments on these. So, I might read them. Alright, people. If you like this video, like, share, subscribe. Have a good day.